when you're rolling.
Rolling.
Okay, y'all, this here's Mike down at Mike's Golf Shop. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a secret today of using a wedge, okay? I learned this from a guy who played the U.S. Amateur 2 or 3 times, several things down the state of Georgia. Pretty good amateur golfer named Alan Hampton down there in Georgia. So anyway, he taught me some stuff, and he's a big Seve fan, and I am too. And I always looked at Seve around the green with the wedge, and everybody thinks Seve was the best. And the interesting thing about Seve is, around the green, is Seve used his hands. Seve used this wedge and used his hands. And they talk about, a lot of these guys talk about, well, you don't want to use your hands, you just want to use the big muscles. Well, guess what? You can't use the big muscles and have fine touch and fly this ball 10, 12, 15 feet, 18 feet, that sort of thing. So if you want to hit these short shots and land it right where you're looking, you're going to have to do it with your hands, because you're going to have to do it with some feel, okay? Now, there's a way to do that to where you don't chunk it. Now, we're hitting the ball today off this nasty, wet, sloppy turf here. It's pretty much full of water. The grass ain't growing, the ball's against the deck. So it's almost impossible to hit a good shot off this thing, but I'm gonna show you how it's done. The number one key to the whole thing is the left wrist has got to stay flat. But how do you use your hands? How do you use your hands and your left wrist stay flat? Okay? Well, there's a way to do it. And this is what Seve did, and this is what Hampton showed me. Seve was always hitting that ball. He was loading his right wrist this way in those short shots. You watch him. He's taking that club back like this, okay? Now, but the key to the impact portion of it, and the key to the part of it to where you can literally keep your left wrist flat and not have it go this way, which causes all your chili dips, chunks, and skulls, okay? The left wrist has to work down. So if the left wrist releases down, you'll notice it stays flat, okay? The right wrist works this way, the left wrist works down. So on the backswing, the right wrist goes this way, and on the downswing, the left wrist goes down, okay? And if you do that, you won't chunk it, and you can use your hands and hit these soft little pitches. And the one other thing you're gonna find is the ball's gonna go a whole lot higher off the wedge on the short shots around the green. So make sure you know that Mike told you something, okay? This is how to capture the wedge around the green and be the greatest you could possibly be. See you.
We're going.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
We're going.
Ready to go?
We're going.
All right, here we go.
Also, it's important to make sure that when you grip, you use as much fingers as possible. A lot of people, they grip on the palms. That will stop you for using the wrist a little bit, which is, I think, very important for this particular shot. Let me explain to you now how to play a lob shot. What you have to do is, first of all, you have to stay as close as possible to the ball. The alignment of the body, it must be way, way to the left. Okay? And then you have to open the club face, obviously, to create more loft. Then you have to be close to the ball. Why? Because the closer you are, the more you can take the club outside, and you have to come in across and inside to spin the ball. Okay? Then, the final thing, as you're coming into the shot, don't make a mistake and stay on the right side. As you're coming into the shot, you must stay on the left side to make sure you go underneath with the club face open, and then everything will happen automatically. I'm going to show you.